the 2K Sports pregame show.
With Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Aristotle, Dr. Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans come into this one following a loss to the Grizzlies at FedEx Forum. That game was a shootout. Defense will be the key tonight for them to bounce back with a win. And if you want to see what dominance in the paint looks like, you'll see it tonight with DeMarcus Cousins in action. Shaq, how good is he at that center position?
Well, one of the few players who can put up 25 and 12 on a consistent basis. He's got speed, he's got the footwork.
And the feet work, too.
Done. Yeah, feet works pretty good. Got the strength to get it done every night.
Jet.
You just got to change up his mentals, Ernie.
Well, there aren't many other players who can fill up a box score with the ease that Cousins does, every single night. He's a true giant in the post. He's a load to guard. And defensively, he's still a force.
And a double machine. Game's just about ready to start. Time to send it to Kevin Harlan with the call.
It's the Pelicans at home for a little interconference action in New Orleans. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Brett Brown last season received an extension on his contract as head coach of the 76ers. It's been an uphill battle through the first 3 seasons of his tenure in Philly, but Brown has faith. He said, "We have started something extremely difficult, but it's going to end up extremely special. I see great things. I see daylight." Kevin?
Thanks, David. He's paid his dues. He deserves to see it through.
The Sixers had one of the worst records in NBA history last season, but not the worst. That record is held by the Sixers, who managed just 9 wins back in 72-73.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. We've got Joel Embiid. Jahlil Okafor is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Henderson, and it's McConnell in at the point guard position. Embiid the screen. McConnell kicks to Okafor. Back to McConnell. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That one misses.
And, Sixers head coach Brett Brown, an assistant coach in San Antonio for over a decade, helping them win 4 NBA titles. Pretty drastic transition going from coaching one of the winningest teams in the league to one that's really struggled.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game. Each one more. He's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Philadelphia has possession. McConnell kicks to Henderson. McConnell passes to Henderson. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Covington's shot is off. And you talk about the Sixers struggles over the last 3 seasons. Brett Brown understood some of what he was getting into.
And, you know, guys, I think he understood what the landscape was. He has no regrets, but you look, he ranks among the lowest winning percentage among coaches with over 100 games coached in league history. But I think his focus was on the rebuilding process. He knew it was going to be hard, probably harder than he thought it would be. But I just hope that stigma of this losing doesn't unduly hurt his coaching career and that he actually is able to reap the benefits of a tough start to his coaching career.
And Anthony Davis last season signing a contract extension, the richest contract in NBA history at that point, $145 million over 5 years. He'd already become a superstar player, now freed from the rookie scale. He's finally paid like it.
And he's good on the second. You talk about the big contract for Davis, a lot of money for a young guy, but you don't much worry that he'll get his priorities, Greg, twisted.
A great point, Kevin. He's a team-first guy, all about winning, and he doesn't take it for granted. He didn't have all the hype growing up, but now he's living a dream, and he knows it. But he aspires to be great, and he's not settling for anything else. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
And McConnell gets it to go. McConnell's got his second bucket.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Especially for a guy like him. I mean, he's not quite sure of himself. He's not a go-to guy on a regular basis, but it does help him when he finds his stride early in a ball game.
Here's Okafor, and the Pelicans picked up 3 with their last shot. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
And for the Pelicans, to me, one of the things that's kept them out of the upper echelon are really a couple things. It's been their struggles on the defensive end and injuries. I mean, this is a team that has the length and the athleticism, and that's an area where you knew they could make some improvement. So last season was a bit of a disappointment.
Free throw drops for Hill. And for the Pelicans, great length in the front court. Greg, where do they need to get better defensively?
Kevin, I think the wing spots, that's where they really need a stopper. They had more offensively oriented players out there, and with the rise of the 3-ball, length and tenacity on the perimeter becomes so important.
Good point. And the Sixers had been regarded as one of the most analytical front offices in the league. The new front office, it'll be interesting to see how their approach changes.
Well, will they keep the same up-tempo style, shooting threes and attacking the rim? This had been an organization willing to challenge convention in a lot of ways. We'll see if, in fact, that continues to be the case with the front office turnover. His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket, and you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
The 76ers trail by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Moore. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Okafor against Davis. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Cousins. No good off the front iron.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
McConnell passes to Embiid. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And with that height advantage right there, he had a good, clear look at the basket.
Moore outside. Davis kicks to Hill. Davis sets a screen. Fires from deep. No good from Moore. Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to Memphis.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys. And they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
And he knocks down the first one. And for NBA teams, the hardest thing to do is to get superstar talent, obviously. The Pelicans have that in Anthony Davis. How, Greg, do you think they build around him?
Well, a big part of it is just him staying healthy. I mean, we all know this is the team that's had horrible luck in that regard. Now they're shaping personnel to fit the new coaching staff. A bit more shooting, more depth. I think that's going to be key.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And Philadelphia has possession. The Pelicans make their last shot. Back to McConnell from deep. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. Here's Moore. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. There's the dish to Cousins. The feed to Pondexter. Davis, the pass to Pondexter. Hill kicks to Cousins. Pass to Moore. Shot clock at 2. They get the rebound. Davis dishes to Hill. Second chance shot. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And Okafor making headlines at times last season for the wrong reasons, brawling with some hecklers, traffic violations. Guys, does that concern you if you're trying to build your team around him?
I don't think so. Clearly, it's something you want to be mindful of, but he's still young, still growing into being a professional player. We heard a lot of good things about his character in college. I think what you look at now is, has he learned and will he grow from some of these missteps? You don't want to see a pattern of that type of behavior, and I don't think you will.
One drops. He ties it up. And Jahlil Okafor managing 53 games his rookie season before a torn meniscus shut him down. The coaching staff making clear they'd like to see him trim down a little bit too, and certainly that could help that knee.
You know, no question about it. I think certainly a few less pounds would make it easier on the joints. And the game is much faster now. It's more of an up-tempo game, so big guys have to be able to get up and down, and the leaner they are, the better they can do that.
For New Orleans, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Philadelphia. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Well, after the 5 consecutive seasons where the Sixers have won fewer games than the season before, they're finally poised to reverse that trend. A much-needed infusion of young talent, bringing the promise of better days ahead.
Now here's Embiid. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And the Sixers, with a bevy of draft picks, the arrival of players who were stashed abroad or were recovering from injury. The new wave of young talent is there to see.
Well, this is the payoff for those 3 lean seasons, guys, and now it'll be a matter of seeing if this long-awaited influx of talent pays dividends.
And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart.
And there isn't a whole lot of positive that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
The 76ers trail by 3. Here's McConnell. His last outing, he had 8 points. To the middle, off the pick, and Embiid throws it down.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
Pondexter with it. Henderson defending. Embiid with the steal. On up the court. Okafor gets the bucket.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Moore. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Cousins. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
So for the Pelicans, Monteunice is checked in for Anthony Davis. Cunningham comes in for Solomon Hill. And Hollis Thompson subbed in for Quincy Pondexter. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Splitters checked in for Joel Embiid. Sarge comes in for Okafor. Jared Bayless is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Rodriguez is subbed in for T.J. McConnell.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
There's a screen by Monteunice. Moore passes to Cunningham. Up and in on the layup. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Sarge kicks to Rodriguez. He dishes it to Splitter. Misses off the left iron. The Pelicans have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Monteunice passes to Thompson. Over in the corner, Cunningham. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Now it's a 5-point New Orleans lead.
Good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
And that's got to be part of the game plan. Use his range to really stretch out that deep.
There's Bayless with the 3. No good, shot missing. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
And stolen by Splitter. And Anderson has it in the corner. Jacks up a 3. And the 76ers get it back. New Orleans leading by 5. Moore outside. To the left side wing. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And while we can now, let's check in on the top scoring rookies in the NBA.
Shots,
the 4th spot held by Dario Saric.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
Well, you know, hey, as a rookie, it's always hard to earn the respect of coaches, but he's earned every minute he's gotten this season. Just a terrific offensive threat.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a big reason they're trailing. You can't allow a parade to the free throw line and expect to be on top in the game.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Asik's checked in. And he sinks the second. The 76ers trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
That's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Pelicans.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They're also having a lot of success from the free throw line tonight. You always want to cash in from there.
And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
More dishes to Ashe. Here is Cunningham, defended by Anderson. Cunningham kicks to Moore. Shot clock at 5. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Now, here's Sarge. D right on him. And Ashe sends it back. Wow!
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Here's Bayless. The Pelicans make their last shot. Ashe, the pass to Moore. Second shot opportunity. Ashe, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Ball's knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mona Yunus.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Ashe. He's one of the standouts over the last month, averaging about 7 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence. You know, Jared Bayless, like a lot of guys, has been a bit of a journeyman in his NBA career, but I think he's found a nice role that he can thrive in now. He provides good scoring off the bench at either guard spot, which makes him valuable, and he can even start for you in a pinch.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And with Bayless, I think the key for him is letting him play the role of scorer. He has always been a combo guard, but he's at his best when he's taking shots instead of looking to set up others.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's strong and explosive, which does lend itself to him being an ideal guy to score the ball off the bench for you from the backcourt. I think oftentimes his physicality can wear down defenders. Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
1:12 left in the first. Thompson dishes to Mona Yunus. Pass to Cunningham. Goes up the baseline, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Philadelphia gets called for the foul. And out of Georgetown University, Hollis Thompson, a three-point specialist and shooting guard.
Yeah, how about a lanky 6'8"? He's got great length for the position, and that helps him defensively. Primarily a catch-and-shoot guy, not someone you want to rely on to create his own shot.
Yeah, the former Hoya Thompson, really an important role player with tremendous outside shooting ability.
And so Thompson nails both of them. The 76ers trail by 6. Kicks it to Bayless. Passes to Sarge. Rodriguez outside. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And the 76ers get it back. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The 76ers have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. He's off on the first. And he's good on the second. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Thompson outside. There's a screen by Motiejunas. And Thompson kicks to Moore. It's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And the Pelicans lead by 7. Rodriguez outside. There's 21 seconds left here in the opening quarter. To the inside. Splitter passes to Anderson. Clock at 4. Count that bucket. Splitter's got 5.
You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint. And when you can get them, you got to score them.
And here is Moore. Motiejunas with it. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay, to get these big calls right.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Pelicans lead by 7. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And one of the rising stars in the NBA is Anthony Davis. His offensive game is growing by leaps and bounds, and he talked about his area of focus.
A lot of face-up, like he do the one dribble pull-up. You like to do the one dribble, fade back off one leg. I haven't got there yet, but catching the ball at the elbow, catching the ball at the nail.
Well, I tell you, you could be here an awfully long time if we're going to list all the different moves Anthony Davis can hurt you with.
Yeah, the Brow definitely has the full toolkit available to him. Tools a lot of guys don't learn to use till much later in their careers, really, if at all.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Guys, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for New Orleans right now, Davis and Asik working together down low. Holiday out there with Quincy Pondexter. And it's Hill in at the small forward spot. Here's Covington. He's guarded by Hill. Kept alive. Embiid goes up again, and Davis sends it back, and they'll keep possession. McConnell kicks to Embiid. Here's Covington. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Here's McConnell. Another miss by Philadelphia. New Orleans leading by 9. Outside Hill. From 12 feet out. 2 points. That one goes. Hill's got 7 points in the game. 76ers have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. The pass to McConnell. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. That's now 8 points for Joel Embiid.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we've seen DeMarcus Cousins become one of the elite big men in the NBA, dominant in the post and even adding a three-pointer to his game. But at times, his temper has overshadowed his talent. Cousins says he's now turned a corner, saying, "My mind has grown. I understand the league better. I understand the politics of it. Now I'm becoming the professional I need to be. It took time." Guys, he understands he now has to lead by example.
He wants to win, David. We know that. Thank you. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against Memphis.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And he lays in the alley-oop. Davis has got the lead up to 11 now for the Pelicans.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Cousins is checked in. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Pelicans.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Here's Covington, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And it's always terrific when Covington gets going down in the paint. I mean, this guy can score the ball from anywhere on the floor.
And Holiday kicks to Hill. Cousins dishes to Holiday. 11 feet away. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in this game. Down low, Covington. Unable to get that one. Excellent D there from Hill. Here's Pondexter. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Embiid, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter. And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Yeah, it's just been far too soft. Not much fight being shown by the defense there. And, boy, that's hard to watch, quite honestly.
And Davis sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. New Orleans on D. And that one's good by Henderson. So it's the Pelicans now. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Pondexter kicks to Holiday. New Orleans moving it around. Outside, Davis. 4 on the clock. Here's Cousins. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And now that we have a chance, let's show you the NBA's top thieves. This is the list of this month's steals leaders. 5th on the list, Anthony Davis.
really been fantastic defensively this run for him. He's had more than his share of steals, and now he's looking to get more.
Stolen by Holiday. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Such a unique offensive player as Anthony Davis. Maybe not as skilled perhaps as Durant, but they both have that elasticity to just stretch out and finish over the top.
And Davis a little bigger, a little stronger than, say, a Durant. More of an interior game, but as he develops, we're seeing him stretch his range out beyond the arc. And for both him and Durant, I don't think you set any limits on what they can do offensively. You just got to give those guys the green light. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Pelicans have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
And he can't hit the second.
And the Sixers leaving roster spots open over the years, trying to find some unheralded talent. Robert Covington is one of those finds. A nice shooting stroke. He can defend either forward position. This guy's got game.
Hill kicks to Cousins. Hill passes to Cousins. And Drew Holiday, the bucket on the assist by Cousins. Holiday's got the lead up to 12 now for the Pelicans. And Covington can slide between the 3 or the 4 spot. You got to like that versatility.
Yes, you do, because it gives you a chance to play effectively with a small ball lineup, because he can play the 4 or you can play big with him. For a team with a crowded front court, every little bit of flexibility helps. He's been aggressive looking for a shot, but without much success. It might be time for him to take a step back and look to help the team in other ways.
And here's a look at the stats for Hill, how his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 7 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent, but honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Feeds to Okafor. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
That's short off the rim. Pelicans leading by 12. Pondexter dishes to Holiday. There's the 3. They get it back. And Okafor with the block.
And the reach of Okafor cannot be understated. I mean, when he's around, he's very good at getting those big balls up quickly and batting shots away.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Hollis Thompson's checked in for the Pelicans, and Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Splitters checked in for Joel Embiid. Sarge comes in for Okafor. Jared Bayless is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Rodriguez is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Rodriguez passes to Splitter. And the rejection by Cousins. There's Bayless with the 3. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Thompson. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Chicago. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, the Philadelphia 76ers. They find themselves in the dregs of the conference.
And right now for the 76ers, it's been a disastrous start to the season for them. They can't buy a win.
Yeah, and you know what? For a team that's desperately trying to get things turned around, this kind of start makes the job almost impossible.
That free throw good from Thompson. Moniunas is checked in for the Pelicans. Cunningham comes in for Hill. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Anderson's checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And the call will go against Hollis Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. That's his first personal foul. The 76ers trail by 13. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And, you know, Bayless is not just a perimeter player. I mean, he never backs away from chances to get close to the basket for these interior opportunities.
Outside Holiday. He kicks it to Cousins. A runner. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Cousins has got the lead up to 13 now for the Pelicans. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Shoots from 12. The shot's good from Bayless. Bayless has got 6 points.
You know, the quick first step Bayless has is so effective. Really uses it well on his drives to the hoop.
Thompson in the corner. Stolen by Bayless. And now here's Saric, the fast break opportunity. Here's Rodriguez. And the rejection by Cousins. They recover it. Now here's Bayless. He had 13 points in the win against Memphis. Splitter kicks to Bayless. Shot clock at 6. He feeds it to Saric. Shoots over Moniunas. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Pelicans leading by 11. On the wing, Thompson. Bayless covering. Here's Cousins. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And DeMarcus Cousins, such a polarizing figure for coaches and fans alike. And this is dating back to his college days, even at Kentucky.
Yeah, maturing some, but obviously that fire burns bright within him. His passion is what helps fuel that production, especially when you start comparing him to other true centers. You know, you think about DeMarcus Cousins, every time you feel like he's kind of nearing his ceiling, he just explodes through it. I mean, some of the stat lines he put up, they're legendary. And if he weren't already difficult enough to defend, last year he added the ability to stroke that three-pointer. I mean, you're talking about a 7-footer with the complete repertoire on the offensive end.
And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. And talking about Cousins' new outside shot, he hadn't taken more than 22 three-pointers in an entire season before last year. Wow, quite a change.
Yeah, everything Cousins is doing skill-wise on the money. Maybe you'd like for him to shoot for a higher field goal percentage, but that could be nitpicking. The important thing is the total effect he has on his team.
From about 19 feet, the offensive rebound.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Goes back up. It's deflected. And another shot.
And, you know, at 6'8", Thompson really uses his height and long reach on the defensive end as well. And he can really get up, too.
And it's blocked. Anderson kicks to Bayless. It's blocked. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Moniunas. Omer Ashe, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
And, you know, a chance here to see where the Pelicans sit in the NBA statistically. 5th in opponent field goal percentage. 7th in fewest turnovers per game. And they're in the top 3rd in the league in blocks. They're a team that really doesn't give many good looks.
And you look at their defense, they limit their opponents into that anemic shooting percentage because of their terrific teamwork. These guys stay on a string and really provide that help to one another when they're out there. Screen by Ashe.
Holiday against Rodriguez. It's deflected. Stolen by Saric. And Dante Cunningham gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. The 76ers trail by 11. Dishes to Splitter. There's the feed to Saric. Anderson the screen. To the left wing. Bayless the pass to Splitter.
They really haven't been able to get on track this quarter. I mean, things have just been out of sync for them.
Thompson from long range. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mona Eunice. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
And it's been bad news for them in the mid-range game so far. The looks they've been getting aren't the worst in the world, but every shot seems to find a way to rim out, and it's cost them in a major way. Some more ball movement and looking at attacking the basket might be the best way for them to shake things up.
Rodriguez passes to Splitter. Knocked loose. Stolen by Holiday. 1:43 left here in the second. Here is Cunningham. He's got 7. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The 76ers trail by 11. Here's Anderson. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Pelicans 4th.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Free throw, good, Anderson. The Pelicans making a switch here. Moore's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Thompson. 5 points in the game. There's the dish to Ash. Cunningham kicks to Moore. Looking to end the drought. Over in the corner, Cunningham. Moore passes to Mona Eunice. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
That's his second personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
76ers have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. New Orleans leading by 10. Moore outside. Thompson outside. Tries again. It's good.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
That's good from Cunningham. 36 seconds left in the first half of the game. Pass to Bayless. Splitter kicks to Rodriguez. Splitter sets a screen. Saric, and it's off the back rim. No good. New Orleans has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Moore outside. He dishes it to Moniunas. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And that concludes the first half. Pelicans on top. They lead by 13. From New Orleans, back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's New Orleans in control. They have a 13-point lead. And we'll start with the big fella. Shaq, what'd you see from them out there?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
And Kenny, your take on Philadelphia.
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You're not going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
That concludes our halftime presentation. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Welcome back to New Orleans as we take a gentle cruise down the Mississippi River before returning to action. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's just been terrific. This is what they needed from him.
And a double-double in just one half of basketball? You can't ask for anything more as a coach, teammate, or fan.
Pelicans leading by 13. Kicking off the second half. Here's Brett Brown's foul. We've got Henderson. Jahlil Okafor is out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's McConnell in at the 1. Cousins dishes to Davis. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
And how about the numbers here for Drew Holiday? How last month turned out for him? He's putting up 13 points a game, 8 assists, and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Poked loose. Pass to Hill. And Holiday kicks to Cousins. Okafor with the steal. Passes it to Covington. Fires the 3. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And Holiday kicks to Davis. They set the pick. Cousins, the pass to Hill. Chalk up 2 there. Hill's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Pelicans.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Here's McConnell, 8 points for him. And you can count it, he'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
That strength of Okafor is on full display. When you foul him, you really have to hit him, or he can still get the hoop and the foul.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
He was extremely sharp at the free throw line in their last outing.
And it helped them get a narrow win. They needed every one of those points he got from the line. And guys, it's something that he's going to have to work on more and more because he's still not getting the kind of shooting percentage he would like from the line.
Pondexter dishes to Holiday. Davis in the corner. 6 to shoot. Here's Cousins. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 14 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
McConnell kicks to Okafor. Now the pass to Henderson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Okafor.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. On the wing, Hill. Kicks it to Davis. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Davis playing very well. He's got 10 points and 2 blocks. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that can just do it as well as he does on both ends.
Embiid the screen. McConnell passes to Okafor. Inside, here's Henderson. The shot, no good. And New Orleans will come the other way.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
At the line for your Pelicans, Quincy Pondexter. At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time. Timeout called the 76ers.
Starting.
You look at DeMarcus Cousins, what a contribution.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
And guys, let's take a look at how the Pelicans performed last month. First in lowest turnovers a game, third in steals. And they also rank right there in the top 10 in fast break points. I mean, this is a really good transition team. They love to operate in the open court.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
McConnell kicks to Okafor. Embiid the screen. Back to McConnell. And stolen by Cousins. The shot. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
A shot by McConnell, no good.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Here's Davis. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. With this break, a look at our 2K leaderboard and the top passing centers and power forwards over the course of the past 10 games. Second is Jahlil Okafor.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
Man, it's so much fun to watch a big guy handling and orchestrating things from the lane. I mean, it causes so many problems when you've got a guy who can score down there, who also has vision and an excellent basketball IQ.
And both free throws good for Davis. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's McConnell, guarded by Holiday. Here's the screen. McConnell kicks to Embiid. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Embiid's got 10 points in the game.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now Pondexter. 10 points for him. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
At the line for your Pelicans, Anthony Davis. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. And here's Henderson. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And Embiid throws it down.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
Screen by Cousins. Holiday inside the line, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Henderson passes to McConnell. Feeds to Okafor. Shot clock at 5. At the top of the key, Henderson. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Covington. He's right around 9 points a night, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Here's McConnell. Second chance shot, and for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. Here's McConnell. 8 points for him. Picked by Okafor. Henderson kicks to McConnell. Back to Henderson. Pass to McConnell. 6 on the shot clock. He feeds it to Embiid. Shoots over Cousins. Embiid, no good.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
And Joel Embiid, a big man with franchise player potential. Talk about what makes him special, guys.
Well, I think it's his size, his athleticism, and what I liked when I watched him at Kansas was how he improved so rapidly. Almost from game to game, you saw major strides in his performance. He can score inside and out. He can block shots. He defends. He runs the floor well. There's a reason he was drafted 3rd overall back in 2014, even with a broken foot.
That free throw good from Cousins.
Excellent game we've seen from DeMarcus Cousins. He's got 12 rebounds and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed him.
That one misses. The 76ers trail by 21. McConnell kicks to Covington. Pulls up from the corner. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Covington's got his second bucket tonight.
And that's really good use of the catch and shoot. Outstanding by Covington. He's a quick decision maker, and he usually makes his decision as the pass is being thrown to him as to what kind of shot he's going to get off.
Davis, that's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
McConnell kicks to Covington. To the middle. Ripped away. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Holiday is running. McConnell passes to Embiid. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you know, when you talk to other players on his team, Joel Embiid has one of those infectious personalities. I mean, he's fun-loving, always upbeat and positive, and doesn't mind a good joke or two. He and his team have needed that upbeat outlook at times this year.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Omer Ashe, he's checked in for Cousins. Moniunas comes in for Anthony Davis. Hollis Thompson's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for Drew Holiday. And you talk about Embiid's playful nature. There were some rumors that the Sixers weren't overjoyed with his dedication rehabbing from that foot injury.
Yeah, he showed some immaturity in regards to sticking with his diet and also following the doctor's orders for the rehab on his foot. What ended up happening was they sent him to a state-of-the-art sports rehab facility in the Middle East. I think in part for the culture that existed there. It was all high-level athletes working to get back into action.
And it's E'Twaun Moore with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound, just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Dante Cunningham's checked in for the Pelicans. Splitter's checked in for Philadelphia. Justin Anderson comes in for Robert Covington. And Dante Cunningham gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Stolen away. Moore with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Thompson. And Philadelphia grabs the miss, getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the 2 teams.
Well, you know, both of these teams know and understand when they face off, it's a very winnable game for either one of them.
Now here's Moore. Dishes to Moniunas. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. No good from Moore.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Yes, that goes in. Bayless has got 8.
And Bayless has great change of pace. He changes gears so fast out there. 1 minute he's blowing by you, then the next second he's doing 25 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone.
And Ashe kicks to Moore. To the wing right side. Moniunas dishes to Moore. It's deflected. They get it back. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Warriors. They hold the 1st place spot in the conference, just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And of course New Orleans down 5 spots from them.
And you know, for the Pelicans, they've got to be thrilled with the way this season has started for them. They've already got some big wins under their belt. And definitely a confidence booster.
And, you know, I think it was important for them to get off to this sort of start. I mean, they had to prove themselves early that they were going to be able to compete with the big fellas, and they've done that.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the 2nd half.
And so Asik nails both of them. The 76ers trail by 19. The feed now to Bayless. Here's Saric. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. From 10 feet out. And the shot falls short this time. The Pelicans have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. And Moore kicks to Moniunas. Out to Thompson. Moore outside. Back to Thompson. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the 76ers and how they rank in the NBA right now. First in steals, second in points off turnovers, and they're ranked third in lowest amount of turnovers per game. That's the sign of a team that understands the importance of taking care of the ball.
And you mentioned their steals. I mean, it's great defensive anticipation that has them at the top of the rankings. They've been tremendous at reading the offense and getting into those passing lanes.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Justin Anderson. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Pelicans leading by 17. And Asik kicks to Moore. Stolen by Anderson. And now the fast break. Anderson with the ball. There's the pick. Rodriguez passes to Saric. 6 on the shot clock. Tipped away. Moniunas with the steal. Thompson dishes to Moniunas. Here's Asik. Another shot. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Anderson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. Well, these are the players you don't want to give any space to beyond the arc right now. The best long-range shooting guards in the past 10 games. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
And Thompson kicks to Cunningham. New Orleans moving the ball around. Moniunas, no luck. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Anderson passes to Splitter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Splitter's got 11 points.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Moore dishes to Thompson. Moniunas kicks to Cunningham. Here's Moore. The shot's good. 5 points in the game.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And Bayless kicks to Rodriguez. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Bayless has got 3 assists now in this one.
And, you know, passing the ball is exactly what Bayless is out there to do. I mean, especially when a teammate does not have anybody around him. Get it to the open guy.
Stolen by Bayless. Oh, and here comes Saric all alone. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Thompson. Putting up about 10 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Saric. Drew Holiday's checked in for New Orleans. And so Saric nails them both. Pelicans leading by 12. Outside Holiday. Thompson passes to Montejunas. To the inside, Cunningham. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard number.
And I like the fact, guys, that those numbers have gone up since last season. I mean, he said free throw shooting was an area he was looking to improve, and he has.
That's good from Cunningham.
Hitting around 92% of their free throws overall. You've got to love that kind of efficiency. Good volume at the line, but they're knocking them down. I mean, you make 9 out of 10, you're going to win a lot of ball games.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. The 76ers trail by 13. Here's Bayless. And a great assist by Rodriguez as that one goes in. Rodriguez has got assist number 5 here tonight. The Pelicans shooting around 40% in the third. Maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Rodriguez against Holiday. And stolen by Splitter. And it's Bayless in the corner. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Bayless has got 13.
Really, the 3-ball is an important part of Bayless's offensive game. When he's connecting from there, it gives him a lot of space for drives, but also to create shots for his teammates.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Pelicans lead by 8. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. The 76ers trail by 8. Holiday out there with Quincy Pondexter. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Hill in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Pondexter, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Oh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Embiid. Knocks down the 10-footer.
Well, I tell you, when Okafor sees a wide-open teammate, he really zips the ball over to set him up for a clean look at the bucket.
Holiday dishes to Cousins. He kicks to Pondexter. Davis inside, covered by Okafor. Excellent D there from Okafor. Covington in the corner. They get it back. New Orleans leading by 8. Outside Holiday. Davis has the open look. That doesn't go either for Davis.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Embiid.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Outside Holiday. The dish to Hill. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Holiday with the basket on the assist by Cousins. And that's now 6 points for Drew Holiday. The 76ers trail by 8. Here's McConnell. He dishes it to Okafor. Great tee that time from Davis. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Another miss by Holiday. Poked away. Stolen by Holiday. Good on the bucket. Holiday's got 4 this quarter.
And when it comes to size, it's not a one-on-one matchup that favors him.
Well, you wouldn't know it with that finish, I tell you. I mean, that took a little bit of creativity right there.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
New Orleans leading by 8. Down low, here's Pondexter, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And
that happened.
Oh, yeah. Wow! Are you? Oh, my goodness.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Cousins inside. Embiid's there. 6 to shoot. And Drew Holiday with the 3.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Pick by Okafor. McConnell kicks to Embiid. Pass to Henderson. Puts up a 3. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass.
At the line for your Pelicans, Quincy Pondexter. At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Pondexter.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
Here's McConnell, guarded by Holiday. Down low, all alone. That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Embiid.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Pondexter kicks to Holiday. New Orleans moving it around. Cousins against Embiid. No good from Cousins. The 76ers trail by 11. And Hill over to help. Here's Covington. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Embiid's got 14 points now in the second half.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
Pondexter, the pass to Hill. Kicks it to Pondexter. 5 to shoot. Corner shot. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Covington's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Henderson, no good.
He just never looks comfortable when he's that far away from the basket.
Hill, no good. The 76ers trail by 9. Passes it to Embiid. For 3, Covington sinks the three-pointer. Covington's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And Holiday kicks to Cousins. Pondexter dishes to Davis. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. There's the pass to Embiid. That 3 off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
From 10 feet out, pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. And that's 18 points for Anthony Davis. Here's McConnell. Feeds it to Henderson. Here's Embiid. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Davis.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows? Terrific work by Embiid. He has 9 rebounds and 2 blocks.
Fundamentals have been on display. He's just done it all today. The passing and also knocking down his freebies.
And that's exactly what they've needed from him, those 2 things.
And that one, good.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Here's McConnell. Pass to Embiid. It's Henderson on the wing. Embiid sets the pick for Henderson. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And Davis throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Dishes it to Okafor. They get a hand on it, taken away by Holiday. And now Davis pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run. And we could see right there why he does.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Davis sets a screen. Holiday, the pass to Davis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Davis has got 18 points just in the second half. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Here's McConnell, guarded by Holiday. There's the feed to Okafor. Shot clock at 6. Here's Embiid. Rebound by Drew Holiday. New Orleans leading by 12. To the middle, here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Pass to McConnell. Embiid inside. He's guarded by Cousins. Embiid, no good.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Pondexter from outside. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Henderson, no good.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
And Holiday kicks to Pondexter. Holiday dishes to Davis. Puts up a 3. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. And Philadelphia making a change here. Bayless is checked in. The 76ers trail by 14. Down low. Here's Embiid. The 76ers again can't hit it. And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Philadelphia's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Yep, that one goes. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 13 assists. Pelicans leading by 14. Here's Holiday, and the shot goes down. Holiday's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. And here's Covington from the arc. Connects from 3-point range. And he's now got the double-double. 12 points and 10 rebounds. The dish to Davis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That will be foul number 5 on him.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Ripped away.
It's been their game. They've owned it and still wreaking a little havoc with their D.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The 76ers trail by 13. McConnell kicks to Embiid. Lays it up and banks it in. Embiid's got 29 in the game.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for New Orleans.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percent.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And in a 2-game season series, you love taking charge of game 1. That's obvious, and exactly what they're doing here tonight against the 76ers.
No surprise here. Just a big-time performance for DeMarcus Cousins. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many goals.
Here's McConnell. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And so it's New Orleans with it. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
I think it's safe to say this baby's over.
Yeah, that's fairly obvious. I'd say that's a really good assumption on your part.
And that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
Thompson outside. So we see the Pelicans get the win here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, DeMarcus. Congrats on the win. We know how intense you are on the floor, but it looked like tonight maybe you're having a little fun out there.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to come out here and have fun. I got a lot going for myself, and I'm too blessed to be out here frowning all the time. I'm going to try to keep a smile on my face.
Well, it's a good look for you, man. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, seen here. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMarcus Cousins.
We know there's an edge to DeMarcus Cousins' game, and that edge was even sharper than usual tonight. I love his back-to-the-basket game, and now he displays the three-point shot. He displays finesse and power at its best.
Well, this win was really, really needed, and he went out and he got it for him. They lost 2 in a row coming in, and dropping a third straight would have been very, very rough. But he took it upon himself, took it right to the ship as he always does. Great performance and a great time to deliver.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
yes. I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.